Brought up Riley in the chat asks, hi, how is the progress? The progress is good. The quest now has a pile of cocaine, and you can interact with the pile to pick up cocaine from it, and then it spawns additional goons into the northern waterfront and 2 SUVs, and it detects that you move the cocaine from the pile to the car. And if you move too far from the pile with cocaine in your inventory, then you die. But that's to do still. So, but next up is gonna be the ambush. So this one is gonna be a little bit different. Rod Uprally asks, hi, can you test it please? I will test it later, because there's a lot of code that I still need to do. Nice. After this quest, what feature are you adding next? Asks right up Riley. Um, After this feature, I'm probably going to update the mod, to be honest. Because I want the allied features, no. Like, I want the allied features to be, you know, stable. And there's additional bug fixing. So, I want to bring that out. Islam Harak in the chat says, take a break, man. No, we're not gonna do that right now. We're almost done with the quest. Now we need to spawn like 3 cops, and the cops try to kill you, man. I wanna do that. Cartel Enforcer cop ambush. That's what I'm gonna call them. First name cop. So we're gonna spawn a lot of objects here. How many was it? Islam Harak says good luck. Thank you. I don't need luck. I don't need luck. It's just code. I make the code do things that I know will work. It's just that. Forever, no. So maybe for integer I equals 0, and then we say under 3, 4, and then do this. And then since I already have a class property or a field that tracks the police, so I'm gonna use that one. It's ambush cops. Add, and then we need the police officer basically. So we're not gonna do this. And then I can do this and get component. We're gonna get the component and we're gonna add it to the list like this. Boom. That's gonna spawn 4 cops. But where am I gonna put them? Or do I do it like this? So it's gonna be outside of it. I think it's like this. I'm pretty sure it's like this instead. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it like that. No, but wait, I already have code for this. I already have code for this in Anacops. Why am I doing it now? I already have the code for the spawning in the Anacops mod. So I can basically take code from there. So like right here, for example, let's see. Spawn officer runtime. Here. I still need to do the positioning because I don't really know where they're gonna spawn. But is this gonna work so that they're gonna stay inside or not? Yeah, it's the auto deactivate here. So this is gonna be true, I guess. Yes. And then where is it? And then the network manager code. Here. So that's gonna spawn 4 of them, add each one into this list. And then now I can teleport them nearby basically. But I really want to have coordinates and locations where they spawn. Because I don't want them to be visible from certain perspectives when playing the quest. So that I know that within this like 12 units radius it wouldn't be citable, and then outside of that it's a failed quest. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm probably gonna just test it because I still need to do the coordinates. So I'm gonna just delete this code like this, and this should start spawn cop ambush. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of a delay after that one, so or not, actually not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna TP them to the player, all of them. Like so. Or whatever, it doesn't really matter, it's the same thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna test it. I probably gotta get this out because it's not really it's not really the correct mod anymore. It's a mix between Cartel Enforcer and Cops. Both mods have the same code, but they do very different things. Yeah, I have a feeling that that everything's not gonna be totally as expected, but the first attempt should be fine. I hope so. What should I do here? I'm just waiting for it to build. Yeah, it's gonna take forever. So now I need to get comfortable with this, so I'm gonna do it. So I type into the console Cartel Enforcer and then help. So I can read the commands. So it's Cartel Enforcer start True Brothers. So start True Brothers. This should work basically anywhere. So here we go. This is my guy. So actually, I'm gonna refuse it just to see it. And there he goes. So that's the first QA test. This is supposed to happen, and now they're supposed to despawn. And yeah, well, they're no longer. I guess I have to quit. That's the first test. And now I should be in a save where I'm uh either not decided with the cartel or then I am basically allied. Um yeah, this used to be a save where I was allied with the cartel, but now I'm not. So what probably happened is I played Flatline. I played Flatline. And I deleted my save, basically. I played on my ally save, and then I deleted it because I died. So it was here. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna import it. So test allied, and I import that file. And there we go. Now I have a save. Now I can test it. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm in a bugged out save. I have a quest that tells me to deliver axe to Highland Manor. Yeah. Yeah, this is the bugged out one, so I'm gonna disable those ones because I'm still in the state where I have to talk with Thomas. So now I can go just like be allied with them. And this is basically QA testing for another feature at the same time. So we're gonna do a couple of things here. Set move speed. So we do this. There we go. And now I have a new quest. And it says find the Westville cartel dealer. I can do this. Set time 1959. Try persuading. So we're gonna try persuading it. Just hear me out. What? 99% chance? I must be in God mode right now. I think I'm in God mode. So I'm just gonna say that. Come back with 500. Oh, that's easy. I have 500,000. But I don't have molly. What? Something's wrong here. Why does it say unlock one of Ben's dealer's connections? Why does it say that? Because I already have Molly unlocked, so... Or do I need to unlock Brad? No, I'm pretty sure it's Molly. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna inspect the NPC. Because they have something for the connections. I don't remember where it is though. It's somewhere. So I think it's here. It's part of the NPC class. And then it's like connections or something. No, what? I can actually check from Visual Studio what it is, so... But this song, god damn, that's a good song. So it's basically NPC relation data. So here, and then connections. See, this is what QA testing is for. I can look up this. Like this is supposed to have per the code. The code says that it's supposed to have it here. Connections add Molly. Right here it says it. And then again, if that's true, then do the other cartel dealers, do they have the same problem? So downtown is supposed to have its connection assigned. So I'm gonna go back here. get the where is it? Relation data here. Connections 0. See, this is a problem. Yeah, this is a problem. In the code, it's supposed to have it. So I'm gonna write that down. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna go back to the menu, and then I'm gonna come back into the game. And what that's gonna do is I'm testing whether it's during the quest that the problem occurs, or whether it's like on load type of issue also. So maybe I'm missing like parts of code within certain places. But after this I'm gonna test a new quest after this. It's always like, the more I test things, the more bugs I find. And I swear to God, this didn't occur to me the last time that I tested it. So, and that was in version 0.4. Oh, no. Mod version 1.7 point something. Like, yes, we found a bug. Yeah, I found a bug, sadly. So now what's gonna happen? The quest is gonna start from me again. It's gonna tell me to find the guy, and then it's gonna tell me to hire it, basically. So 1959. Try persuading, and then hire, because I've already persuaded them. So that's like persistent. Do you want to work for me? So now it says I can do it. Okay, so there is a bug. Now I'm gonna document it because I know the behavior. And I know the behavior of this bug now. I know how it works. Okay, I can trade. There's my items. Yeah. That works. Benzie's dealer, I can see it here. So that works too. Before anything else, I'm gonna write down how to reproduce the bug and why it happens. So when in the same session, go from undecided to allied, intro quest, and then this doesn't trigger the connections assignments for cartel dealers, nor the cuts assignments. And then fixing it requires reload to run the startup setup functions that handle the logic. So now I have this, but okay. Now I'm gonna test the quest, because that's what I came to do here. Also, by the way, once you unlock Cartel Dealer and become enemies with the Benzies, you can still persuade them to become your dealers. Yeah, but when you go out of your save and then reload it again, then you won't be able to do it anymore. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Like once they're hostile and you load into the game, it doesn't make the persuade options. I might be wrong about that though, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. You know, that's what I wrote in the code. But if the code has another bug, you never know. But now I'm gonna do Cartel Enforcer. start through brothers. Here we go. So, where is my guy? Here. So now I get the quest, and it's gonna tell me to follow this guy. And it's gonna update the map marker. Also, yes, that's true. That both works. So where we're going? Oh. So we're here. And now we have a new task. Move cocaine from the pallets to the SUV. And we have no markers on the map. So it's right here. These cars should be kinematic, but I don't think they are. Yeah, the rigid bodies aren't kinematic here. That's what I was hoping for, but I'm gonna check how to do that real quick. This is supposed to be kinematic. Yeah, it says here it's not, so I'm gonna really quickly check the code, compare it. Kinematic. Box SUV1, instantiate spawn. Or is there like a loop that forces it to be yeah, it's probably yeah, it's set in a loop, so that's why it happens. It used to be like that, so I bet that that there could be maybe yeah, this one. So we're gonna set that to false, and now I don't know, maybe can I jump on top of it? Yeah. Okay, it's still non-kinematic, but let's try now. Okay, it's still not doing it, so maybe the vehicle agent kinematic mode. So maybe this has a setter function because it's I cannot set the boolean value here. Maybe there is something. Maybe there is something here. I cannot set this kinematic mode. Well, whatever. Whatever. Which hotbox do you add cocaine in? This one. This one. So, how that works? Oh, look at them. Shiny cocaine by my frames. Holy shit. I can feel my frames. This is supposed to have an interactable object, but it doesn't. So, I'm gonna check why that is. So it has an interactable object, but it doesn't have a... it's missing a box collider. Because it doesn't reach it, body. It's only needing a box collider, basically. Alright. I'm bad with this. Let's see now. My bad. So this is the trunk that you add the cocaine into. And then this one, it was missing the box collider, but now that it has the box collider, it's still not showing the interactable object. That's what I'm... Display location collider is still unassigned, so I gotta do that. I had to add this box collider, here I'm gonna call get component here, and then books collider. We're gonna copy that over here, and now I should be seeing a text somewhere, maybe. Nope. Still nothing. What is the problem then? What is the problem? Am I seeing the text flicker when I invoke the hover? Yes, I do. It's right there when I do this. I can see it, but so there's probably something blocking it, or what? Does it need to be in the palette, maybe? No. Then why is it not working? I don't see the interactable object script here. So why? Where is it here? Transform. The interaction state should be enabled, yeah. Default, yes. No, I don't get it though. Like, why doesn't it show? Okay, maybe there is something with this. No? I thought that those were blocking it. Or what? I'm a bit baffled here. I'm a bit baffled here. So I'm gonna check in the code because I have a lot of examples. So I've already troubleshooted these ones before. I'm gonna see in my code here, where do I use it? So outside of course this one. So if I remove this one, and then I call in this object component get component interactable object, if this returns anything, okay, it returns null, so that's good. What about the barrel then? Okay, is there something here? No, like I don't see anything here. But why can't I see the interactable object? I don't get it. I've done this so many times. Maybe here. So I'm adding a box collider, right? Or wait, does it need to be within, not within this one, but within, for example, an empty object like this one? So I'm gonna try adding a box collider into a child object, and then I'm gonna add into this one the interactable object, and then I'm gonna check again. Yeah, this doesn't have it. And then it's the collider here. Create this one. I'll add a rigid body to it. Or not. Or yes. And then I'll take the box collider, maybe no. But I shouldn't need rigid bodies though, I'm pretty sure. No, I don't need rigid bodies. That's because I'm not using collider detection at all. So I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna increase the size. And then for this one, I need it here, I guess. No, this is so bizarre. Hmm. Why doesn't it work though? I don't get it. Is it because there's like a scale? Is there like a scale on it? No, the scale seems fine. Okay, now I got it. But now it shows it for me, right? I think the box collider has to be a little bit specific for this one to work, so I'm gonna modify that. It needs to be a child game object to the palette, that's for sure. But then the box collider position needs to be modified, and then also the size. So I'm gonna say it's 1, 1, 1 first. Now it shows here. I think I want to move it a little bit towards. I mean, it's kind of good because it still follows the palette when I move around, so like this, it still shows it nicely here. But it's a little bit weird because it's not under my cursor. So what am I gonna do with it? I'm gonna do this. Now it's on top of the cocaine. The text is on top of the cocaine. Like that. It looks good. And it looks like, yeah, it feels nice. And then now I'm gonna modify the extents to be a little bit smaller. So which axis is it? It's a Z axis, so 0.7 maybe. That's gonna work. No. I'll make 0.5 and then 0.5. Apply. But it's a little bit hard to read on the white background because the cocaine is there, so that's a problem, I think. So I think maybe it should be higher then. So I'll put like 2. So maybe the text appears higher now. Yes. Now it appears behind the bricks. Or on top of it, basically. Yeah, I think that's good. It still feels a little bit weird when I do this sideways walking, but, you know, I think that's acceptable. Right. So I'm gonna save this configuration. So I'm gonna take we do this. Right after I instantiate the palette, I wanna have size and then like this. Rod April in chat asks, why does it say message? That's just the default value. So when you add a new component, those components, they're basically code classes, and in some of the designs, you know, you can add default values to the classes. So when the class gets instantiated and it becomes like an object, it already has a value for specific fields. So let's say you have an interactable object, right? That has a field called message, right? Here. So when I make this new object or the component or add it to it, then it becomes basically just like message, like this. This is the default value. So that's why I have to change it right here. I have to change it to say pick up, otherwise it will say. So what I need now is I need a box collider, but before that I need a new game object. And that's gonna hold the box collider, so I'm just gonna name that and the new like that. I'm gonna set its transform parent to be the palette transform. And then within that object, I'm gonna say add component box collider. and then I'm gonna assign that to a value or variable. And then after that's done, I'm gonna say BC size equals new vector 3, and that's gonna be 0.5 to 0.5, like was just tested to be functional and nice looking. So then after this one is done, I'm gonna also set the collider object transform position to be the one that was tested to be nice, and that's a local position, local, so within that palette. Casual players will get confused. Why will they get confused? Why will they get confused? Right. So now since I fixed this, I'm gonna try again. Oh wait, I forgot to finish my code. I forgot to finish my code here. So I'm gonna finish my code. I mean, sorry, I mean, if you have the message, yeah, if the default value is set, like, it makes no sense. The funny thing is that there's a couple of places in the game where by default you have those kinds of doors. Like, if you go to the manor before you blow it up, the doors will say message as the default value. But I don't think they're visible. So I'm gonna do this get component call here. I'm gonna test also next that the goons will attack me if I steal the cocaine. So that's why I'm doing this right now before I test it again. But next test, I should be able to pick up the cocaine and move it into the trunk. And then I think I want to have like a crazy movement speed for them during this. I think it makes sense. Here. So something like that. So they're gonna be super fast. And then I guess I could make like a lethal weapon, you know, that deals like 99 damage. One shot, one kill. But I'll maybe do that later. I just wanna test it out now. Give the goons a lethal weapon, a pistol that deals 99 damage. So if the player tries to steal cocaine, they get shot by cartel goons that have pistols that deal 99 damage and they move like Usain Bolt. Perfectly balanced. And then I'm gonna give the goons like at least 1,000 hit points, so the player can like down 8 shotguns into them and they still won't die. Imagine if you had a new S1 weapon. No, I won't be doing that kind of stuff. I won't be doing that kind of stuff. If I did something related to the modeling, I would add different shades of banana. So there's gonna be like brown bananas, and then green bananas, and then yellow bananas, and then variants in between of those. So there's gonna be multiple variants of bananas in the shop. That's what I would do. And then add pineapples. Right. Gotta wait for it to initialize everything. And now, Cartel Enforcer, start through brothers. And where is my guy? Here he goes. Look at that. From the house. Are you good? I think it has to update the destination more precisely, because it's like kind of weird. Okay, follow me. Oh no. I cannot go through the cops. They're gonna body search me. Oh no, are you kidding me? No way. The goon gets stuck, but no. What is this? I don't think there's a way to fix this. Like, but why does the other guy then? That's not fair. Why does my NPC not work, and the other NPCs work? Is it because of the obstacle avoidance? It has to be because of the obstacle avoidance. Let's see if we can fix that. God damn it. That's so annoying. So, NPC movement. Oh wait, what? What? It's gone? Oh, okay. We're back on it. Okay, we're back at it. I don't know what happened, but you know, maybe they invented quantum technology and he just teleported using it. I think so. I think there's supposed to be 3 guys here in total. One like somewhere here, and then one here, and then, but one of the guys is missing. But let's test it now. It says pickup, but it's a little bit fucked up. Why is it so low? Why is the text so low? Why is the text so low? Maybe I have to put this one up. Or maybe not. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. Maybe this one has... No, it's weird because it says its display location collider is no. So, do I need to manually assign that? I think I do. Yep, I need to manually assign that. So, that's still missing from the code. Where is it? Here. So I'm gonna say palette interactable display location collider equals to box collider. That's gonna fix it. And then we are gonna test it. Is it gonna give me any cocaine? What the hell? I think I made it incorrectly here. Hold on. Yeah. 0. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, so smooth. I like it. I like it. It's taking it from the top of the stack and moving it into my inventory. That's smooth. I like it. And then it's gone basically. And then I gotta move it here. And then nothing happens. Why? Why? Why does nothing happen? I don't get it. Okay, maybe I'll try to kill these guys. They don't have their weapons. They're supposed to have they're like pistols. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. So we're gonna move one thing at a time. So the primary problem right now is that I'm not seeing any logs, no logs from min pass function. I'm not seeing anything in the console for the quest indicating the distance. So add more logging. Where is it stuck? And then also the goons don't have weapons on them, even though the combat behavior has the default weapon set. Anything else? Right. Riley asks in the chat, what feature are you most proud of in Cartel Enforcer that you've made? I cannot single out one thing. I'd say the infiltrate matters quest. Infiltrate manor quest is basically the thing that I'm most proud about. You know, probably. Have you actually completed it? You're just bug fixing? No, I haven't. I haven't done it completely. It's still missing like a lot of the code related to the combat between the cartel and you and the police, basically. So the gunfight between police and the cartel. It's missing a lot of that code, but that shouldn't be too much work. Now I'm just more concerned about why why am I not getting enough goons? Where are the rest of my goons? There's supposed to be more goons. Where are they? So I'm gonna figure that out right now. Does my code spawn 2 additional goons? That's the question here. Here. So maybe the coordinates are incorrect. Maybe. Or is there something else? I'll spawn the other one next to this one. So I'll just name it Goon Guard 2. So and then I'll use the same stuff, but then add a little bit, different coordinates for it. So so this is gonna be 1.0. So it's gonna be right next to it. Roundup Rally shouts, what has not been done yet? The cops. Yes, the cops are not done yet. It's gonna spawn them, but there's not much more to it than that. They're just gonna spawn and then AFK. So I already have this M1 here. So am I calling the incorrect function? Is it like equip or set equipable return? But then again, that's gonna load that's gonna load the asset. And that's not what I want. Because I need to be able to change this one. So it should be just like maybe, or maybe it's in the behavior. Set weapon. Or no. I don't remember how to do this. I don't remember. I'm gonna check here. So yes, it is the set weapon, right? I don't know. I'll just copy this over because I'm gonna use this anyways. And then for good convenience, I'm gonna also add the start goon to the allied goons so that I can iterate over the list for each cartel goon in allied goons. And then I'm gonna paste this code in. I'm gonna make this a little bit nicer looking because it's a little bit repetitive. So in here, I'll define that avatar ranged weapon equals to null, basically. And then the if mono else and if this is gonna be only one line of code for each. So in mono, I can do weapon equals the current weapon as avatar range. So that's cast basically. So we're casting it to this one. But then in IL2 CPP backend, this will not work. And instead must do this. So it's like it's the same thing. A cast, but it's handled by the backend. So now I can get rid of this. Change this to be if weapon is not null, so that the cast was successful. I changed it. And then get rid of this one. There we go. And you know what? I'll just get rid of the randomization for the damage. And then I'll make some reasonable values here. I'll make it so that the Cartel Goons can hit with almost every single shot. Their aiming time is 0.1 seconds. And the fire rate is gonna be 0.15, so that they have a switched out pistol. So they put a switch on their pistol, so it shoots like a machine gun basically. And then that makes sense. And then weapon dot I think there's a current ammo. I'm gonna say that the ammo is 100 bullets, so they have a really beefed up extended magazine basically. They have a really expensive extended magazine. And then I'm gonna take this one out. And then they can shoot perfectly from 20 units away. And they can shoot at the phase length 2. And the cooldown duration will be 0.15. So, and the damage, the weapon will deal 0.99. No, 99 damage. That makes sense. So they have a switched out pistol with 100 ammo, weapon that deals 99 damage, and they can shoot perfectly at 20 units range, basically. So I would not mess with these guys. I'm gonna probably have to change this later when the cop ambush starts, so that the goons don't just instantly kill every single one of the cops, because they will do it. But they will do it to the player too if the player attacks them. And then also I probably need like a thing for the combat, so I'm gonna note with a comment here. Set up weapon. And then set up combat behavior callback to trigger multiple goons fighting the player. Round Up Riley states, you made them so strong, that's why I have the Mjolnir mod, aka the Thor Hammer mod for S1. That's good. Because if you wanna kill these Cartel goons, the allied goons, yeah, you're gonna need a lot of good weapons. Because these guys Oh, I almost forgot. Goon.health.hp max health equals to 1000, 10,000, and then health equals 10,000 because it makes sense. Good luck with that. You can try killing them with the Mjolnir. And I'm gonna note this with to do. And then no logs from the mini pass function. So I got stuck previously at here. So I'm gonna make sure that the close trigger is assigned. Trunk closed. Then I'm gonna log found bricks amount in SUV. And then I'll actually do this. So total bricks count also. So I can see how many there are. And can I complete? This is correct. Destination storage on closed action. Yeah, this is supposed to work. Rolled Up Rally asks, when do you think you should allow people to talk in the GitHub after this update? Because bugs need to be found, especially after making a new quest. I mean, I probably won't be putting it up in the next 6 months. Maybe 12 months, maybe a year, you know. You never know. It all depends on the weather. And I trust in myself in that my QA testing is extensive enough. And it covers most of the use cases. And those cases that it doesn't cover, I'll do theoretical estimation of some of the bugs that can occur. And then I'll prevent those with defensive coding measures so that I don't have to in the future patch bugs that I know exist. That's why I have a lot of bugs written out. I have already written out a lot of the bugs that can happen. But I haven't done any fixes for them because I know that they're so rare that maybe one in a 5,000 players will encounter it. So Rolled Up Riley asks, if I find bugs, I will say it here. Why does GitHub allow people to update your mod and put malware? Now, nobody's putting malware in my mod. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, why are you saying that? Like, nobody's put malwares into my mod. Nobody. It's just that people try to put malware into GitHub, right? Into the mod page. If you understand what I'm saying. They are putting malware into the issues page, not into the mod. The mod is squeaky clean. There's no malware in the mod. And GitHub doesn't care. You can literally upload like code that is malware into GitHub, and GitHub doesn't care. So they don't really scan anything. They don't really scan any files that you put up there. So but people try to do it, you know. I get that. I don't know. I only used GitHub for a month now. That's okay. That's okay. But because that fact exists, because people are trying to, you know, put malware into the GitHub page that holds my code, mod source code. That's why it's disabled, so that I don't gotta deal with that. And if I encounter that even the pull requests get fucking spammed with malware, I'll just put the entire repository to private. I'll just make it private then. But what about the minute pass function? So right here, I should be seeing something here. So if the bricks in player inventory is greater than 0. So wait, what the fuck? Is this correct? No, that's incorrect. That's still incorrect. Like, I don't get what this is. So I need to count how many bricks are in the player inventory. So when I do that, I'm getting bricks missing from the SUV 50, and then for the pallet I'll say 4, and then because that's that, then it's that, and then that results in -4. Yeah, that makes sense. So then I just need to basically flip it, I guess. Or no? But then again, if I put it out there, 0, and then what if there's 20 missing from there, 20 missing from there, and then 10 in player inventory, so that equals 10. Yeah. So I still do need a matf max function basically here, I guess, to avoid getting a plus or minus, or no. No, what the hell? I need matf absolute. I think absolute is the function that I need. I'm gonna make sure. There's no, it's not absolute either. How do I count it? I don't know. Yes, it is. It is matf absolute, but it needs to be so so This should work, no. I'm pretty sure. Because that's where it broke the last time. This was -4 because it didn't have the absolute, so it still should work. So let's assume that all of the bricks are on pallet. So plug that in. So let's say we have total minus the bricks missing from SUV minus so that's 50 missing plus 0. So that means 0. Then missing from pallet equals to let's take 4 from the pallet. So 50 minus 50 plus 4. And then that's gonna equal to -4, which then again math f absolute is gonna convert that to 4. So then bricks in player inventory is 4, which is correct. But then again, I'll say that most of the bricks have been moved. So 50 minus have been moved. So bricks missing, let's say 5 are missing, and then bricks in the pallet is bricks missing from the pallet is 50. So there's 5 in player inventory basically. So that's gonna equal to -5, which again math f absolute converts to 5. So that works. Okay. Now it's correct. God damn it. Stuff. So next up, I'm gonna test that my cartel guards spawn cartel guards spawn have correct weapons. Are lethal. And then also I have to test cocaine movement in the trunk. Logs distance and completes quest entry. So that's what's going to be tested next after all of that bug fixing. Riley asked in the chat, will the cops get a buff in True Brothers? What if you lose to the cops? I mean, if you die, you die. That's it. Game over. Game over. Nothing you can do. And about the question, will they get buffs? Maybe, maybe not. I don't really know yet. Because I haven't really decided on what the reward from the quest is. I want it to be something more than just like money and XP and shit like that. I want it to be more than that. So something that benefits the player in the game that's basically otherwise unreachable. Like say you're fighting the cops, maybe the police intensity falls after you win the quest. So you're basically fighting against the cops there. So so that they roam less. Maybe that would be one. Or something alike. How about you getting arrested? I'll have to think about what happens after getting arrested. Like, I don't really think that you fail the quest after you get arrested. The quest will stay until the cops are dead, basically. So you'd basically have to run back and then kill the cops again, or try to kill the cops. And the quest will be active. But I might make it so that the quest fails whenever you get arrested. Right. Move speed 5. And here, Cartel Enforcer, start the quest. Where is this guy? Oh, here. Oh my god, Molly's running. She's in a hurry. Yeah, I'm not seeing 2 Cartel members here. There's supposed to be 2 ones here. 2 of them. Where is the other one? Yeah, it says 2 spawned goons here instead of 3. Why? It's still not spawning one of them. It's weird. And then the set weapon function maybe didn't work. I don't know. Let's see this first. So I'm gonna pick this up. Okay, now I'm getting the distance calculation thing. So how long is 12 units distance? I can walk this far, but if I walk further, these guys will attack me. So can I kind of cheese it? What about here? If I cheese it, I can go here. So maybe I need to lower the distance a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna take all the cocaine now. Pick it up. Pick up all the cocaine. So this does nothing. It's supposed to invoke a function, but it doesn't. So that doesn't work. What about these guys? Yeah. And this guy doesn't even attack me. And they don't have the weapons. So. So there's clearly something wrong with that one. I think the code hangs somewhere before before the before this one gets done. So I'm gonna check, did it log spawning done? I wanna see that. Did it log it? Because that would confirm it. So after the summon, this one, yeah, somewhere after this one, it breaks. Somewhere after this code. Royal Riley asks, what do those giant cubes and spheres do? The giant cubes show you where you can get ambushed. So if you stand under the cube, the cartel will ambush you. And then the giant spheres, those are the triggers for drive-by events. So when you stand underneath the sphere, the drive-by event will happen. So they're basically just visual cues that appear during debug mode that show you the locations. And then the additional question is, why did they randomly attack? That's because I coded them to do so. I coded them to attack you if you try to run away with the cocaine. But it didn't work, basically. As expected. Right. So why did it break? I have to go to the game logs because I didn't get any logs in Melon Loader. So I have to go to the game logs to see if there's any. I know that there is gonna be um logging related to something. So I'm gonna go and scroll to the bottom basically. So there's a lot of errors here. Like a lot. Where is the where is the one that I'm looking for? Here. It spawns the palette. Okay, I see it now. Here. Now I see it. So somewhere after this summon, it throws this error. Anything else? I don't see anything else here. But that explains most of the bugs right now. So what does it say here? Object reference not set to an instance of object. Spawn core me to move next. So that tells me nothing, basically. Because it's an enumerator, basically. Hmm. Alright, so now I need to figure out what is going on. Why am I not getting the results that I wanted? So I think it has something to do here, because there has to be something going on now here. Because the second guard doesn't spawn at all. Why? This one spawns. This one doesn't. But the code is exactly the same. Okay, so maybe this one, allied goons, isn't instantiated, so it's not instantiated as a list. That is correct. Look here. It's missing the new argument. It is missing the new argument. Same thing here. New argument is missing. That explains it. So it was throwing an error because this isn't instantiated. The list doesn't basically exist. It's just like declared here as a field. But then using this, a reference to this is pointing to a place that is null. So it's a null reference exception. So it failed here. The code failed at this line. It was trying to add something, but this doesn't basically make anything. Because this was, it was equal to null.add, and yeah, it doesn't work. But now that that is completed, everything should work. So I'm gonna run it from the top again. Another test to make sure that everything with this one works, and then that the police objects spawn on me whenever I'm done with that one, so that I can continue with working with like, oh true, I also need to do the positions of the cops. So where do they spawn? Somewhere nearby. Somewhere nearby. That is gonna be the also the next thing. So so I don't forget. Write down cops spawn positions. That's gonna be also next. Right up, Ral says, I'm excited. I also want to help you code this. I mean, you can always make, if you know how to code and you're comfortable with coding, I'm always welcoming like pull requests to the repository. But you know, I'm a bit picky in regards to the code quality. So I might refuse pull requests based on certain things. Like, for example, if you use AI to code and your pull request is made by AI entirely, I probably will refuse it straight up. But I always welcome pull requests. And that's one way you can help. And also like coming up with concepts, ideas, features, you know, that's a big part of the development. Mostly it's about getting the community to talk about what they want. In Reddit forums, Steam community forums, and then, you know, completing those ideas, making concepts, frameworks, seeing what fits. Planning is half the job. Cartel Enforcer, start the quest. And where's my guy? Where's my guy? Oh, there. Uh, Rather probably asks, can I add concept ideas in pull requests? Like, the pull requests need to contain code. They cannot be like the issues page. So they have to contain code basically. Code that is made by you and tested by you, and that I can also test, and then I will accept or refuse based on if the code works and if it's maintainable code. Ta-da. And then usually I also try to consider, okay, well, in the future, can I make this work? Can I make this work in multiplayer? Maybe in the future, but that might be like 1 year down the line or 2 years down the line. Now I'm just coming up with like ideas that I can test in single player and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. So, before I do this, I'm gonna check which positions, where do I want the cops to spawn? I think like somewhere here. So, like probably here. I'm gonna write these coordinates down. One is going to be here. So that's minus 4, 9. Minus 4, 9. Minus 2.64. Minus a 4.23. And then one here. Behind this one. Minus 28.17. Minus 2.54. 150. And then, I don't know. I'll just make one behind this one, so it's gonna be minus 27. So that's gonna be 3 cops that spawn from that. I'm gonna pick these up. it says found 2 out of 41, right? Because it's counting the item slots, not the quantity, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's counting the item slots and not the quantity based on the logs. So. Okay, yeah. That's what happens when you try to run with the cocaine. Oh, so good. Perfect. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so I need to fix this function. So this is calculating the slot count here because it's for each item slot. So here I need to instead use I can do it in one line. So instead of incrementing it by 1, I'm incrementing it by the temp quantity. So that fixes the bug. But now since I also have the coordinates for the cops, I'm gonna write those here so that I can test do they spawn to the correct positions after the quest entry is completed, and then also do they stand there AFK as they are supposed to. So I'm gonna make a read-only list of vector trees, and this is gonna be ambush top spawn positions. So minus 49, 2.64, 148, minus 2817, 0.54, 150. Then the last one is same, but then 27. So it's behind it. So that's done and dusted now. They will spawn into the correct positions. And now time again for a test. And then I can also fix some of the where was it? Here. All my notes. They have the correct weapons and they are lethal, so that's done. Cocaine moves into the trunk, locks distance, and completes quest entry. We're gonna test that next. Those are done. And then this one I need to move out of here. And now we wait. Loading screen simulator. Geraldo Pirelli asks what features were not in Cartel Enforcer 1.0? I mean, Cartel Enforcer didn't even have a version 1.0. I'm pretty sure I didn't even release 1.0. I straight went to like 1 point something. But like I'd say like 90% of the features that we have now, they weren't in there at all. No, wait, yeah, Cartel Enforcer. 1.0 version, it only had... What did it have? I'll check what it had. So the 1.0 version only basically had the ambush logic. So where you see the cubes, the 1.0 version only added new ambush positions. That's what it did. It did nothing else, I think. Yeah, like I'm looking at the code right now. Like it's only that one. So new ambush positions, and then that's it. It didn't do anything else. And then later down, from other updates, I've added things, you know, drive-bys and etc. But that was the first one. So the things where the cubes are, there were more cubes in the first version. Only that. Cartel Enforcer, start through brothers. Only made the cartel stronger. Is that why crew's cartel Enforcer don't have quests? I mean, I don't think crew even played the quests, honestly, because they're kind of hard to find. You know, you don't just encounter the quests nilly-willy, you know? You kind of have to look for them. So, the way that crew makes videos, it's mostly like, okay, well, I'm playing Schedule 1. I'm doing drugs, selling drugs, etc. So you don't encounter the quests when you're doing that. And that's basically why. But in the first video that he made about it, that was maybe version 1.2 or 1.3. It was right after I added drive-by, and it was really early into the development. And that version did not have any quests. It only had ambush positions, drive-bys, and then a lot of other miscellaneous stuff regarding the goons' lethality. But now with this one, I hope that everything works fine. We're gonna get some cops spawned in, and maybe we get to continue with the development after all of this bug fixing. Okay, now we move cocaine. There we go. I'm gonna put 30 in there. Missing from the SUV is 3, that's correct. And then defeat police ambush. And then that instantly completed. And the cops did not spawn where they are supposed to spawn, so I'm gonna go here. So I have 4 cops here. They are... One of them is active and enabled, but the rest of them are not. That's weird. Did they go straight into the police station? I think so. But the auto deactivate should be true here. So... So I don't get it. I don't get it. What is the current behavior for them? What is the active behavior for this cop? Where is it? Where is it? Behavior. Oh, here. Sentry. So they got assigned to a sentry. They got assigned to a sentry, and so did this one. Or they got assigned to something. So the next thing is that I need to figure out how to consistently auto deactivate them, and then also be able to prevent them from getting assigned to the jobs or the events, basically. Radar paralysis. That's why I'm gonna make a showcase of this mod and credit you. It's so secret and cool that he didn't encounter it. It's a person who I'm close to play with this mod and found the quest. That's nice. The person who I'm close to loves this mod but sad because of bugs and she keeps dying in the endgame quest. Yeah, I hate that there's bugs, but you know, I'll always work towards having the mod be less buggy. Always. That's my goal. That is my goal. So I'm gonna look at the NA Cops mod and see what I did with the raid event, because those cops don't get assigned, I think. I'm pretty sure they don't get assigned. So did I do something different with the spawning? No, this one this one has to be false. To prevent them from returning to station. I thought that it was supposed to be true, but it wasn't. Then I need disable schedule. And then I need pause movement. And then I need the warp script. So, and then for this one, I'm gonna use the indexing. So, officer, police, spawn. God damn it, what's the name? Ambush cop spawn points or something like that. So, ambush cop spawn positions at index I. Right, so that should do it. Then I think now, how long has it been? It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes of coding nonstop. Brad O'Reilly asks, are you planning to fix the endgame quests in a way that when you save, start quest, die, you can still continue the quest? So you have to wait a whole day if you die. No. No, probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna keep it this way for the foreseeable future. But it's been like 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think I need to take a brain break so that I can work with the next part of the quest and have it work. And it's gonna be this one. So, and I really want a cop car. I really want a cop car. So maybe I should spawn like an empty cop car on the second ambush wave that drives there, and and then cops spawn out of that car. Or something. I don't know. I'm gonna take a break now. I'll be back later. But the quest will be done today. It will be done today. To some extent. A playable version will be done today. But now I need to eat. I'll take a brain break.